Hello everyone, I am Hamid Majidian and this short video is a small portion of my assignment for a Tesol certificate as a Capstone 2 project for Arizona State University. I'm going to act as if I'm in a real class, and in all of my previous lesson plan, I went with the lesson 1 in Collins' book, IELTS for Speaking as an authentic material. So let's go ahead with that. Okay, so everybody, as you remember, in the previous session, we have discussed about modifiers, right? And you had some exercises also, right? So okay. So at this point, in order to have a very quick recap, anybody can tell me what is a modifier and what is the role of modifier in a sentence? Saeed, do you have any idea the role of modifiers? Okay, thank you. And what about you, Mariam? Can you add anything? Okay, right. They are being used to change or to modify the intensity of an fade adjective, right? Okay, so this is the process. Normally, we use modifier before an adjective in order to change the intensification of an adjective in a sentence, right? So we have different types of modifiers. So as you can, if you can remember, you have been told in the previous session that we have something as a, what is this? What is this picture? Ahmed, can you tell me? A spectrum, right? It is a spectrum. So a spectrum of what? A spectrum of what? What can show this spectrum? Mariam? Yes, the intensity of modifiers. So how many types of modifiers we have? Ali, can you tell me? Right, three types. Three types. In this region, we have Ahmad, high intensity like, yes, everybody, very, absolutely, too, so, extremely, and last one, terribly, and many more besides. And also the medium one in the middle of this spectrum in terms of intensity, like quite, relatively, fairly, almost. And the last one, Rita, could you tell me? Yes, low in terms of intensity. So like a little bit, a bit, slightly. Okay, nice, great. So far so good. So at this part of new lesson, we are going to find out how we have to pronounce, how we need to pronounce modifiers in a sentence in order to follow up the right form of intonation. So to this end, I have wrote up some sentences in this part, and I'm gonna read them, and just you have to tell me if I'm reading them right or wrong. Okay, ready? Let's get into it. She is so nosy. He is very hardworking. My friend is a little bit stingy. The weather is extremely cold. My father is slightly blunt. Mark Zuckerberg is relatively outgoing. Our teacher is quite strict. These shoes are absolutely expensive. So Did I read them right or wrong? Anybody? Yes, it was wrong. Yes, it was wrong. And why? Can anybody tell me why? Nassim? You got an idea? Yes. Thank you. You mean that what I did wrong was ups and downs in a sentence, right? The intonation. So my intonation was wrong. So how do I need to change it? How do I have to change it? Ahmed? Okay. Almost you are right. What about you, Yiting? Yes. And any other idea? Any other ideas? Let's say Said. Okay, very good. You know, almost all of you are right. But let me classify this information. Okay, I come up with a solution, and I just want to show you how you have to pronounce modifiers according to the intensity in a sentence. So, bam, here is a metronome. Anybody knows what is a metronome? Let's say Nassim? Yes, thank you. Are you playing any instrument? Yes, guitar, very good. So metronome is normally being used for tuning instrument, right? So we have a simple metronome here. So let me move it. Okay, this is my metronome. See, it is like a cardiovascular graph. So I'm gonna reshape my pronunciation with my intonation with this tuner, simple tuner. For maximum intensity or high intensity, I'm gonna use this one. For medium intensity, I wanna go with this one. And for the minimum intensity, modifiers with minimum intensity, I'm gonna go with this one. So let's get started. The first one is so maximum or high intensity. She is so nosy, right? It makes sense now, right? She is so nosy. So for higher intensity, you have to raise your voice when you get to the modifier in a sentence, right? Like the next one. He is, everybody, very hardworking. He is very hardworking. So we need to raise our voice here for modifier, and then we can come back again to the normal tune or normal pitch. Okay, so let's go ahead with the next one, which is medium. Like relatively, as it is indicated by orange color here. Mark Zuckerberg is, you need to go smoothly like nothing's happened. Okay? Mark Zuckerberg is relatively outgoing. Mark Zuckerberg is relatively outgoing. Our teacher is quite strict. Our teacher is quite strict. See, there is no significant ups and downs as if you are going just with the flat tune. And for the last one, for the minimum one, or for lower intensity modifier, let's go ahead with this one, okay? First, let me pronounce it. My friend is a little bit stingy. My friend is a little bit stingy. See, it is like you are going to express your emotion in the intensification of modifier in a sentence. So that is how you change the intonation. So let's go with the other one. After me, my father is slightly blunt. Now, everybody, my father is slightly blunt. Okay, I'm gonna stop my video because I'm running out of the time. Thank you for watching me.